call the meeting to order. Welcome all. I'll call for apologies. Do we have any apologies? We appear to have none. Yes.
Mr. Chair, I'll move an apology for Kirsten.
Thank you. Thank you. Councillor Redmond is your name, isn't it? That's right. Seconded, Councillor Mealings. All those in favour? Against? Carried. Thank you. Conflicts. Any conflicts of interest to be recorded? Appear to have none. Confirmation of the minutes. Just before we ask for a mover of that, can we have it recorded that Councillor Mealings was an apology? We had an email to that effect, just been missed off the minutes. So with that correction, do we have a mover? Councillor Blackie's moving, seconded by Councillor Redmond. I thought I just... Oh, I know where I'm getting mixed up. Moved the Mayor, seconded Councillor Redmond. All those in favour? Against? Carried. Matters arising? Appear to be none. Deputations? We don't have any. So we'll move straight into reports and call on Mr Bacon for item 6.1, pages 11 to 15.
Excellent, thank you. So I'll give my apologies on behalf of Tracy, who's not here today, and so I'm sort of up here filling in for her, and I'll do this report as well. So, look, I didn't have too much to add to this report, probably just an update. Resource consent numbers to February have been still quite quiet, so we're not getting a lot of consent applications in, but we are certainly still busy with dealing with the end processes of the consents that we had through last year as well. So yeah, it's probably a key thing to highlight, and happy to answer any questions.
Any questions? Appear to be none. Do we have a mover? Moved Councillor Doody, seconded Councillor Redmond. Councillor Doody.
Just to say thank you very much. It's just interesting that everything's sort of quieting down a bit, which is a good job because it gives you time to get the rest of the catch up on the. So have you got, just a question for you, have you got any sticky ones, or are they really going to be quite simple ones to deal with?
And no, most of the consents that have come in, simple is probably the wrong word, but able to be dealt with. There's nothing big that's come in recently.
Councillor Redmond.
Just to say that the unit's been very busy with the large increase in consents, and I think you're doing very well to be keeping up with most of them. So well done to the staff and the team.
Any further speakers? Appear to be none. I'll put that. All those in favour? Against? Carried. Thank you, Matt. Item 7.1, the request for the loading zone on Railway Road, pages 16 to 20. And again, is that Shane's not here? I assume that's you, is it, Matt? No.
I suppose it can be myself, so I've read the report. I think it seems to be fairly self-explanatory, approving a loading zone in Railway Road. I'm happy to take any questions that I can try and answer.
Thank you, Matt. If not, we will get Shane to come down if we need him. Wendy.
Yeah, Matt, just wondering, with this, where does this sort of fit between roading and DPNR? How does that sort of fall into your category?
Sure. So I suppose the requests has come through the roading team, and so they've looked at it from a sort of a technical standpoint in terms of the detail of the road, how large the stopping bay needs to be, etc., etc. And it intersects with the Planning and Regulation Department, sort of due to the enforcement of that. So if we ever needed to go down and do any enforcement, say someone was parking in there, that's where the regulation team would get involved as well.
Does that apply all over the Waimakariri, wherever there's a loading bank? Does that apply the same scenario?
Yes.
Thank you.
Yep.
Any further questions? Moved Mayor Gordon, seconded Councillor Mealings. Councillor Gordon.
Just
No,
briefly-
it can be Mayor Gordon if you like.
Oh, that's fine. Thank you, Deputy Mayor Atkinson. Mr. Chair, sir. Be quiet over there, His Royal Highness. This has been through the Rangarashli Community Board, and they've obviously supported this. It's a request back. It makes sense to me. Pack and Save's a really important business in our district, and what they're asking for a loading zone there makes perfect logical sense, and it helps with the effective operation of their business. So I've no hesitation in supporting it.
Thank you, Mr Mayor. Councillor Mealings. Any further speakers? Appear to be none. I'll put that. All those in favour? Against? Carried. Thank you. I have no correspondence. Portfolio updates. Councillor Barnett is not here. Councillor Redmond.
Right, thank you, Mr. Chair. It's pretty much business as usual in regulation and civil defence areas. At one of our meetings, we referred to the Civil Defence Emergency Management Trifecta Review. Feedback has been passed on, and I think Mr Mayor, myself and staff composed a submission on that. There have been two minor, depending how you define minor, flooding events over recent weeks, which have involved UNR and the emergency response team. The unit continues to be very busy across all compliance services, and there have been, anecdotally, some customers becoming agitated, so there could be a heightened sense of anxiety in the community at the moment, presumably prompted by COVID. The Civil Defence Unit and I think NZRT 12 attended a number of properties during the recent flooding events. A number of garages and outbuildings were wet, but no houses had floodwater inside them. They evacuated one lady with a miniature pony, and 14 dogs were evacuated from inside her house. So they've been quite busy. So there has been a response from Civil Defence, and there is a whole list of properties that were inspected. So whilst it's business as usual for regulation, certainly the Civil Defence area has been quite busy.
Thank you very much, Councillor Redmond. I have no questions under standing orders, no general business. Our next meeting is the 26th of April at 1 p.m, and I will thank you all for coming and declare the meeting closed at, what are we? 1:08. Now, we have a couple of briefings, so Hiker and Cameron. 8 minutes. Yes, well, I suppose 2 seconds does make a difference when you've got 8 minutes.